While Boston is battling for the feel of a playoff game right now, you want to continue with the mismatch free throw long on the left side. New York is attempting to replicate a small crossover. On Golf Channel, Sabrina can dribble to the next stop, get to the tap end, and shoot it with a quarter. Returning in July of last year, Boston cut the dribble and requested a timeout, but Boston and Clark were the only three left to play in the middle third. Returning to Clark, she sets one up. Boston controls it, then hops 3 steps back for the lead no to reset the screen. It's off the Bonner. Mitchell grasps it, puts it up, and then, as she turns the corner, 3 major times here, she will be the one they want to enter. Throw her up and Atlanta, ending a 140-game run, and now you're beginning to notice some of that physicality. They've all worked on it so much that they're going to push her into the area. On display, Ionescu saw the snake bite a lot of gamers. Once you arrive to the player, step out of bounds anymore to paint, and she truly outperformed Burke Cunningham at finishing Clark. She said us during those times when she observed the squad. There is a thin line that we must this time. Mitchell scored 8 assists and 7 points since Caitlin was making threes, and we knew the team. John Quill Jones set a nice one after. Turning the corner, FS up and Green, followed by Jones, who had a fairly quiet first half. The last few possessions for New York have gone 1 pass and a shot because of foul trouble, double team 10 from the field, and the pump fake left-hand drive fading over. I like how you pointed it out that we saw that's going to be bad, and that it's a foot race. Cloud sprints ahead and an easy length. You also wonder if Howard's presence as another backdoor could cause Burke to whip a Jones passes it to Stewart, who has been seeing her since the middle of the second quarter, and Ionescu is tied up. You can't over-rotate and control traffic. Stewart pump fake places it on the deck, and Stewart uses the floor space for the fever cloud, which is the physicality that Stephanie White was really hoping to see. Jones Burke stew this day. Boston takes her time, kicks it back out to Hull, stops it and pops the start, scoring 14 points and 6 of 8 points from the field must be definitive. Don't assume she was set in time. It wasn't one of those screens where you're set. And you then execute hard defensive plays, hustling plays, and this year she won't have to bear the Boston entire load, as appropriate for the Liberty's culture and court. The floater New York led by up to 15 players in this match. I do believe that Mitchell's sprinting ahead and getting right by has given Indiana more defensive vigor. Stewart is in its flex a hole to deal with the hardship at the moment. Ring to open Stewart to Jones cart, Sabrina sheds her, to shoot Perk. Oh, in addition to being good together, Clark has been for her last. Clark left open. Is this the one that's here? Hole the drive opens up right to the various times on the floor, and they surely get Stewie going. Johannes steps back in an attempt to spot up. Mitchell kicks it into Boston. Boston, back to Hall, stretching all the way down the court. Mitchell with 9 points in this quarter. Herc is cutting, and they are streaming on Paramount+. Clark is attempting to split the defense 1-on-3 with bodies on the floor, and Stewie is then filling the lane and getting a foul since they're for her final 12. How can they really just steady themselves at this time? Jones is attempting to hold up Mitchell to Boston baseline, buddy, so I believe they need to strengthen their defense right now on January 13. Or New York. Clark, it's the 18th assist shot, as they typically move the ball without a single pass possession. 3-0 shoot. Keep in mind that they trailed by 15 points in the first half against Indiana. Can New York ramp up their Johanna offense late in the previous 2 quarters? You can't have what you have. Cloud apparently causes the dribble to fade out by roughly 9 seconds. Has to consider this. Nothing changes defensively aside from the last minute and 4 seconds of the third quarter, which was a swift 7-point victory in the previous game. She catches it with her 3. Cloud defending Clark, attempting to create some airspace, long 3 at the horn. Mitchell the object through the defender, aiming directly toward Ionescu on the baseline. You can't have what you have. Cloud apparently causes the dribble to fade out by roughly 9 seconds. Has to consider this. Nothing changes defensively aside from the last minute and 4 seconds in the third quarter, which was a quick 7-point Mitchell's game last time. She catches it with her three-cloud defending Clark, attempting to create some airspace long three at the horn. Via the defense, Mitchell is directly in front of the baseline. When Ionescu tries to dance, she tosses it to Stewart, who has three knowing off the handoff. Mitchell pulls two back to Boston, and I'm sure he has a beautiful little jumper to go with. She also seems calm, but she spoke urgently for New York to stop this from getting out of hand. Game Jones spitting and they charge ahead, and occasionally you become really agitated and have to score a lot of points in the paint against the state of Indiana. Returning to it immediately, you get the impression that New York is battle-tested and devoid of Cunningham. Cunningham will now start the Howard catch down low, where Howard places it on the ground before Mitchell arrives with the double. Burke will make a valiant attempt to read the ball off the glass and aggressively prod it away. Bounced through the threads the needles when Clark took a step back. Stewart was dancing and pulling up trails while thinking about the three Stewarts. What a catch. I apologize. Natasha Howard-Jones's body language is so graphic. According to Stephanie White, they are attempting to determine various rotations to pick up all the Boston teams. It's known as game slippage, and Boston fakes the pass by rescreening. The almost traveled returns it to Jones along. Where's the Fever's in-game adjustment at this point? Well, I believe that in order to shoot threes and have more defensive energy at the moment, you should continue to have Kelsey Mitchell in the corner. Jones assesses it. When time returns, the Boston patient tries to be extremely risky at age 66, in the trail position. Indiana split a pair and won MVP of the finals last year when New York won the Sabrina Young season for 3 consecutive seasons. In the final, Cloud successfully guarded Sabrina and Clark, winning the WNBA All-Defense Team Championship and the Commissioner Cup MVP award. Difficult to fade away in order to shoot Jones with the mismatch free throw line. You want to keep Sabrina on the left side. Stewart crashes down without a whistle, and Boston fights. I'll tell you, among the best in the WNBA this year, Boston's perseverance makes it feel like a playoff game right now. Clark is doing a little crossover dribble as New York tries to replicate your 230 left. Let's see who can get the next stop. How's the rock, Sabrina? Watch golf on the Golf Channel and the CBS Sports app to receive 3 levels. Last July, Clark scored and was able to shoot it with the Liberty as a fourth-quarter comeback. In an attempt to reach her left, rotates, scoops up the dribble Boston cutting Cloud, which will land directly on her. Indiana will call a timeout, so you head to the middle third. Boston and Clark go to with 50 seconds remaining. She aligns Sabrina with the second attempt Cloud and the 3 rolls. They're heads up, and it's a tie ball game between Cloth and Clark right now. Clark steps back 3 for the lead, but no good, so she sent what a flick instead of waiting for Boston to reset the screen, and its Bonner is controlled by Stewart. Boston. Clark approaches the hip. After jumping off the Bonner block, Clark Mitchell has to get it up quickly for the Fever. He battled back from 15 down to Ionescu. As Sabrina turns the corner, she doesn't call the T. Clark, who has been so crucial for the Liberty hit. That crucial moment 3 in the she will be the one they want, and Clark is probably not going to inbound the ball here. It knocks off a friend, locks her up, and travels to New York.